It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So, last we left off, Bell's Hells had been hot on the tail of Armand Tresci, who had escaped southeast from the city of Drusar and vanished into the Hellcatch Valley. Tips that had been given via the network of aligned individuals to Eshtaros said that he had gone towards Bassaris, where his alliances with the Paragon's call would likely lead him to some sort of protection. Utilizing the enchanted ring that you had placed upon his finger, you head that way and quickly discovered the ring had been pawned off. Leaving the trail cold, however, you did discover the Seat of Despair, the stronghold of which the Paragon's call resides within the city, and figure that he's likely, possibly within there. You acquired the ring back and had forged a plan that involved some elements of practiced forgery to try and draw him out, or at least confirm his location within. You had wandered and staked out the exterior and grounds of the Seat of Despair. You went forward with a few different ideas, tossed around some plans. You had a brief encounter at the Taste of Taldore, a wonderful themed
Oh my god.
The best.
That is
tavern and experience. But you've been traveling with an individual that you encountered when you came to the city, Dusk, an individual from the Fey realm like Fearne, who seemed to be having a series of blocks in their memory, but an interesting connection to Fearne's past as well. You've taken him under your wing, and as you ventured away from the Seat of Disdain, back towards the Raha Den for a night's rest, that was where we left off.
Okay, I have so many questions, and what were you doing with Birdie and Ollie?
Well, they found me wandering around in the Feywild. You know what it's like there with all the lights, and you just follow one, and it's so beautiful, and then there's another one, and you gotta go over there to that one, and it goes on that way, and there's no real day or night cycles, and you just kinda wander.
I know how that goes. Sometimes you're like, I don't know if it's been 10 minutes or 3 years.
Do you like being here? You know?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I think just because it's so different. And I love all the trinkets of things that they have here that really don't make any sense. But I like to collect things from here, and I really like this whole group that I'm with. They're really, really wonderful. And I feel like I've learned a lot, and something that I do feel like is really different here is it seems like I feel a little more. Does that make any sense?
It's funny that you should say that, because I feel this is the exact opposite. I feel like things here are so controlled that everybody doesn't say what they mean, and that they have to put boundless concepts into tiny little neat packages. Whereas in the Feywild, it's, well, wild.
It's wild.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
No.
get too serious.
It's fine. Can you tell me about Birdie and Ollie?
I think they might have been in trouble out there.
Oh, but they were...
They really wanted to come out this way, out into this realm.
Well, they left because they were saving the world, which you probably knew that.
I didn't.
It's what my grandmother told me, which is why they had to leave. Because they were on a very important mission to save this world. So I know that they wouldn't have stayed gone this long if it wasn't important.
Huh. I mean, that's a surprise to me. They didn't really ever talk to me about, grand plans. But then again, I don't know how much time we actually spent with each other. It was enough that, well, I felt like they were family.
I'm kind of nervous to meet them.
I'm sure they'll be very happy to see you.
Yeah. I think they will be. I think they will be.
I know they will be.
Yeah.
If I could have everybody except for Erica leave the table.
Is this the first one of these this campaign?
Yeah, I think.
I think so.
Wait, did you guys do this before?
Yes.
This before.
Other campaigns.
Don't leave!
Shh.
Please be careful.
Hope you're still here when we get back.
As you step away from the conversation, kind of gently flicking the dark metallic ring on your finger, here in the still, silent night, you feel that familiar, cold, creeping sense, like mythic tendrils reaching beyond layers and layers of time. You feel a presence creep into the back of your mind. A voice exhales. And you immediately remember the familiar voice of the Sorrow Lord Zathura, bearer of the lightless flame and grove captain of the Unseelie Court.
You. I wait in prickly silence for your report.
My lord, you know that good work takes time.
Have you located the Moontide Crown? Have you dealt with the Callaways?
Are you aware that there is a daughter?
Go on.
She's been living here in the mortal realm for who knows how long. And these beautiful idiots that she keeps company with have led me right to the Callaways. So I could succeed where all of my rivals could not.
Don't think you're the only one still on this job.
Yes, but I'm the only one that's gotten success, that has results, and is the prettiest.
I see no results yet. And your dalliance in this mortal realm slows you with distraction and weakness. I hope that I wasn't wrong in entrusting you with this task.
Come on, my lord. There's so much to explore out here. Have you ever had a rumble?
Samanar grows impatient. You will not fail me, lest I find better use for you in one of your mirrors. Now, if you're this close, I expect the crown soon.
You will have it, my lord. I will end the Callaway line.
Very good.
You feel the tethers release. That cold sense in the back of your throat gives way.
I checked the ring. It still points to the room next door.
It still tugs gently in the direction of Fearne Callaway.
There's a momentary flicker. A riot of color passes over my face, and then it's gone. And I lie down to sleep.
Very well. We can summon the rest of the folks back in if you don't mind. Welcome back.
Oh, you have a sassy.
I'm fine!
Oh no, what happened?
It's fine! Nothing happened!
Alive? How many hit points you have?
Imogen.
What?
Everyone leave.
Dream journal.
You find yourself once again standing in the familiar field, but the greens of the grass that normally greet you have already passed. There is no looming storm in the distance. You stand within it already. You see the darkened clouds above, the red hues already consuming all but a brief glimmer of blue in the distance, the dark shadow of the farmhouse, barely visible at the cusp, the right end of your vision. You hear the echoing sound of your mother once more. Run! What do you do?
I start spinning around. Do I see that figure that I saw before the last time I was here?
You glance back around in the opposite direction of the farmhouse, and indeed, you see again the figure. You kind of focus in, looking through the bits of sand and dust and debris that blow past, and you can see the shape. Lithe, built, hard to discern where on the specter of gender it may lie, but you're almost certain it's feminine when you take more time to focus.
Mother?
The figure takes a step towards you.
Who are you?
It takes another step, and you begin to see emerging from the dust around it other figures, roughly the same height. You see amongst the kind of darkened leather armor a bit of short gray hair that just kind of pushes to one side and ends outward to the left. Dark eyes like a bird of prey looking towards you.
What's their expression like?
Hard, focused, and a slight curl into a grin as a voice enters your mind. Hello. How interesting.
Who are you? I say back.
Who are we? And as the other figures step up, you can see more and more of them, and more, dozens and dozens, wearing dark gray and black leather armor, all masks over their face except for the one central commander-type figure standing towards you. As they all at once rush towards you, the wind picks up around you, and you wake up. As you come to consciousness, breathing, there's the faint opening across the various bits of cloth that maintain the exterior of this soft Raha Den outer wall. And there you can see the stars beyond, but a faint orangish hue that marks the sky.
What do you mean orangish hue marks the sky? Does it mean, can I look out the window?
You can see the ruddy moon Ruidus on its daily rotations growing closer towards its zenith, but where it normally sits in a dull brownish red coloration, here it is vibrant red. And just in that moment, the flare vanishes, and it fades back to its calm, ominous, red-maroon hue.
Can I go over? Is everybody else asleep?
I'd say
Sharpening my blade.
you would be up sharpening your blades.
I want to tell Lana.
But you can't because she's asleep.
Well, she's asleep.
But also because she talked to me about, she confided in me that y'all are maybe having a little bit of a tiff.
Mm-hmm. Did she?
She did. But she was very worried about it.
I mean, she gave me a pencil. I figured.
And a
tot holder.
A pot holder, yeah. A pot holder.
When you say it like that.
She's trying. She might not know how, but I suggested to her that you and she might want to just sit down together when things have calmed down a little bit and sort of be honest with each other and say what's on your mind. That's the best way to get through these things.
Yeah.
You all slowly come to just past the crack of dawn. As you descend to the base of the Raha Den, to the open caravanserai, where breakfast and other meals are, discovered and sold, a voice nearby goes,
Hey, Lily! Rawa, I told you!
You kind of glance over and you see there's this kind of like swaddled, like cloak-wrapped goblin figure with a kind of its hood like half pulled over its head with an eye patch on one eye and one eye that's just pointing directly at you with his finger out in your direction. And surrounding him, you see like, at a quick glance, 10 rough-looking figures in all forms of tough armor. Some of them were sitting, some with like coffee in their hands, all kind of turn back and go, stand up, kind of putting their hands on the edge of their weapons, various heavy, ragged-looking maces with twisted blades of metal. Other ones that have blades on the side, and they all kind of like stand up and start kind of beginning to mark a perimeter from where you're standing.
Wait, the goblin was pointing at all of us or one of us?
You or Ashton. But it's just kind of like points in the general direction. And as the group begins to fan out a bit, as you kind of take in the space, a dwarven figure, a male dwarf steps forward, brown mohawk, long sideburns that kind of like dig past the chin. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, some of our sentries have said that they caught your bands moping about our seat yesterday.
Oh.
Where?
What seat would that be?
Seat?
What are you talking about?
What's a seat?
You might mean the seat. The seat of just the seat.
Right.
That one. You see, we got keen-eyed folks, and he
Kind of like nudges the cigar and over towards the direction of the goblin, kind of like skitters back a bit.
what's your business? I'll give him the opportunity to tell us before we go ahead and beat it out of you.
I think this is only fair. Who are you again?
I'm Tanvir. Tanvir the Rake, the Paragon's call.
Tanvir the
And I
Rake.
have a reputation around these parts here by not letting people doing what you're doing get away with that sort of bullshit.
Well, like,
Wait, well, yeah, what do you do?
Flings the axe out of the side of the kind of sling that's hanging upside of the belt, and it sticks in the ground right at the base of your feet, Imogen.
I'll make sure that those that are poking around have a good reason. If they don't, they go missing and stop poking around.
Are you hiring? We should just prove ourselves. And I just throw the wood chisel at his feet. I know, looks can be deceiving, but I still got it.
Well, you say you're looking for work or something.
I wouldn't mind.
That's right. We already have an in.
it's true.
You've already proven yourself, sir.
Me? Well,
Right?
I don't work for these people. I haven't done any work for these people.
No, but you did fight. You impressed Ratanish.
I did, actually, that's true. I had forgotten that.
Just blows this big plume of smoke out with a chuckle.
Fuck!
Spanish.
Yeah. We're acquaintances, yeah.
Ratanish.
Yeah, we had a little sparring match.
He told us to come and seek him out.
One of them in the back, he goes,
I know I heard about that fight. How's you?
Yeah.
Matches the description.
sits back. Samir goes,
Okay. I'll tell you what. You go ahead and talk to Ratanish. See if you're worth working with. If that doesn't happen, we find you tomorrow. If you're not gone, then we beat the real reason out of you.
Well, that changes things.
That
doesn't it?
complicates everything. If word from them gets back to Treshy, Treshy's going to say, why is this group that was just in the place that I came from here now
Yeah.
automatically suspicious?
And we're the group that was fucking with his ring.
Yeah.
But still, you have to imagine that Treshy's not going to bolt or make a run for it. This is his headquarters. He's
And
not
he
going
doesn't know
anywhere.
Ashton's connected to the ring fucker.
No, not at all.
Okay, so we meet back end of the day unless Imogen says sooner?
Yeah, still need a safe house. We'll keep an eye on the place. Gonna need allies, but
It just expedites everything.
yeah.
Dusk and I are going to
I don't know. I don't
What's
know.
the most promising place to find a safe house?
I can ask my contact if she would house us. I don't really know her housing situation, but
Situation.
but I know that
very-
I know her, and maybe it's a maybe.
Okay.
Wait, before we go our separate ways, everybody hands in.
What
The thing that we say on three. Ready?
okay.
One, 2, 3.
thing.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Heading towards the center of the city, past the numerous buildings that are clustered clay brick constructions and ancient, outfitted, long abandoned temples that have been retrofitted into modern day gathering spaces and kind of drinking holes for whoever else might be passing by, you eventually come upon the Palace of the All Mindsburn, which you can see is not a grandiose palace. The term palace is used. It's used in a way that is technically correct. You can see the large arches and the kind of green glass-like dome that sits in the front presentational appearance of the palace before you. A number of towers that seem to crawl up from different spires and walls that partially surround it, though crumbled as you head to the front archway that opens. It's an open door entrance. There's no blockade or a heavy door that prevents your entry. It's just an open archway and a dark shaded interior awaiting you. As you begin to approach, you see two figures step out, themselves wrapped in kind of a light linen scarf of a faint brownish coloration, like a pattern with yellows and reds throughout. And as they both move past, they don't even acknowledge you. They just kind of stare straight ahead and drift beyond.
I'm gonna head my way up into what would be the main hall to see if I can find somebody who is conscious enough to answer some questions.
So as you follow Ashton within the darkened interior, the dry, dusty smells of the city immediately give into a sweeter scent, musty but sweet, like long-used tea bags that have been left to ferment. It's both pleasant and unpleasant simultaneously, and it is stronger the further in you step. A quick sweeping glance, about a dozen or so figures in various states of conversation, unconsciousness on kind of scattered beds or cots, and all the figures at once all seem to shift in your direction. One figure kind of stands up and begins to approach.
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Justy Pross. If she's still around. I'm an old friend.
Maybe.
She happens to be around. Can you tell her Ashton Greymore?
She's here. Hold on.
Okay.
She's coming.
How did you know that?
And turns around and begins stepping back up the stairs.
They tend to... They're all functioning on a very different level.
You hear a creaking sound from up in the risen rafters of this central chamber. One of the bowing pieces of thick material that's used to block out the sunlight hangs and shifts slightly, moved, disturbed. And you hear as a shadow begins to unfurl from above. As it does, you hear this faint, kind of a gentle screech. And with that, you watch what looks like wings unfurl and rapidly before descending onto the ground, not but 5 feet from where you stand, you see before you a red ice furra, a long pointed beak to the front, Their eyes, kind of a pale sky blue coloration. The claw-like feet themselves kind of grabbing onto the bits of tattered carpet that they landed upon before it looks up and head aside.
Ashton.
Look at you, you messy fucking bitch. How have you been?
Comes forward, wings out, and just kind of like gives a big embrace.
Yes. Amazing.
Pulls back.
Why are you here?
Well, we seem to have gotten ourselves in a little bit of a sticky situation with the Paragon's call.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Problems.
Yes. And we were thinking that our problems could maybe they could use a little help, and maybe we could figure out a way for them to benefit you.
Maybe.
I mean, I owe you.
What can I do to help with this problem? Are they looking to kill you? Are they looking to kill you?
Well, they're looking to kill us, but not quite yet. They don't know they're looking to kill us yet.
Pre-kill.
Yeah.
Very good.
We were hoping for a place to stash our guy for 24 hours if we managed to get them out, and then a little help getting out of the city the next day.
We could provide, yes. Yes,
And
we could.
if you have anything else that you could help us...
You said you're looking for work. Told them they expect work. Maybe challenge them. Maybe show what you're worth. Maybe take them to the run. We could help there. We could set the run in your favor.
Run's not a bad idea. Run's a great idea. Shit.
If so, let us know. We can set traps. We can set it in your favor in places. Even the odds. No one plays the run fairly, you know.
I missed you, Justy. I will owe you one. Don't think I don't know what that means.
What? But aren't you afraid that they're gonna sell us out?
No, Justy, no. And also the all mines burned to the Paragon. Now they fucking hate each other.
You all eventually head back out into the oddly welcoming, sweltering heat by comparison as you exit the shaded interior of the palace and are back now amongst the city streets of Bastarus.
We're gonna have to find ourselves a car.
Is it a race?
It is more than a race. It is a race where the stakes are high, death is possible. You're beating everybody. It's not just about the car that wins, it's the car that survives. It's intense. It's awesome. Oh, I've always wanted to do this shit.
Are we gonna race?
Fuck, I hope so.
This feels like it'll fucking fail at any
Yeah, I
moment,
love
which
it.
means it's doomed to succeed.
Yeah.
And if worse comes to worse, there's always the orphanage, and I could hit that up and see what the fuck happens.
What do you mean? Like, oh, you're the orphanage, you were here?
The Greymore orphanage.
Greymore Orphanage? Wait a minute. Your last name Greymore because you came from there, or like your family owns the
my family's owned. I couldn't even get through it.
Oh, got it.
That place is kind of a shithole, but you never know.
Might be a good place to hide.
Could be.
I say we go and we look for a car in the meantime while everybody else is scouting, and then we meet back. We meet back up like we're supposed to.
I'm fucking really into that. That's a great idea.
Okay. In the interim, what other group have you gathered?
Me, Dust confirmed we're going to go to Finder's Takers.
Which is a small boutique scrap and black powder shop where all manner of raw materials and scrounged minerals and unstable materials can be found. This is a familiar sight that brings you a bit of calm upon approaching it.
You know this place?
I do. I've been here before. They've fixed me up, and we've bought scrap here before.
The smell hits you, and it is a smell of heavy rust and iron, as well as fires. And not like a normal campfire, but like metal burning. Now, the interior is not very well lit. There are a couple of lanterns that are hanging, oil lamps that are on hooks by the door. In the back, you can see between a number of small shelves. It isn't like a display shop of some kind. It isn't like this is a wide array of things to purchase. It's more like a supply cabinet that also can sell things based on request.
Smiley day to you.
Yes?
Esmer, hi.
Pushes the thing aside.
Oh, hi there.
I see business is booming, and remember me?
I do. I'm surprised to see you. Fresh cut grass, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's been a while. But I'm back in town with a new group of friends, and
The weather's really nice.
the weather is really nice. Yeah, there's not a cloud in the sky to be seen.
There are clouds on the horizon, actually, but I appreciate that you maintain the same sunny disposition that you had for so long. What are you doing here? Did she send you here?
No. She didn't. She's
Sits back, grabs a bottle of already opened, looks to be some sort of a red type wine or brackish liqueur, and just like takes a big swig and sets it down on the counter. Go on.
She isn't coming back. She's not with me today.
Good.
In fact, funny story. You won't be seeing Dancer anymore. She was brutally murdered.
How? When?
A few months ago. We were doing a job, and they got her. They got everyone, really.
She just spits the wine all over your face. You're a filthy liar like she was.
Oh.
No, but seriously, what is this about? She sent you in here? I saw her like a month ago.
I'm sorry, what?
What, she came in here wanting to connect old ties and was like, hey, I'm sorry about how things went. And, it's a rough time to go around the world and all kinds of bullshit up north and stuff. And, I was, should have sent her packing. It's not like history would have told me, she's kind of a really good manipulator, but that. Pulled those heartstrings, among other things. But, once things got a little too intimate, she bounced again. The fucking bitch. So if you see her, please tell her, don't come back. I'm gonna fucking cut that cunt.
Did you say, when did you see her? Did you say a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago.
Huh.
She came back here. You saw her, you talked to her.
Oh, I did more than talk to her, little friend.
Wait, you mean, wait, so you're sure it was her?
I'm sure. Only one person does the thing. Yes.
Did she have others? Did she have the others with her? Was Axer here and Terwin and?
No, it was just her. What?
Any of the other bots?
No, I mean, it looks like you got one of the pieces right there, right? That pussy's old buzzsaw, right?
It is, yeah.
What a phrase.
Buzzsaw. Pussy's old buzzsaw. Are you?
She didn't have any of her companions with her. She had a new arm. That was pretty crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Big old metal arm. Kind of cool.
But I saw everything.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so intense. I just assumed you were, delivering a message or an apology that wasn't heartfelt at all.
Wow. Well, I came here for other reasons, but sorry, I'm just a little shocked that she was here and didn't tell me. That's all.
She's smart. She's still in town. She's probably at the ends. That's where our other friends used to be.
Yeah, of course. I know the ends. Yeah, I'll probably just swing by there. She's probably waiting for me there.
All right. Well, if you see her, tell her she's an asshole. Yeah.
Say, unrelated to Dancer.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a couple things. One, we might be going into a place that we shouldn't go, and so we might need some tools for that.
Well, I mean, we got all sorts of pistols and rifles and dynamite sticks and small explosives. We got satchels of black powder. We've got
Something that could maybe blow a hole in a large wall?
Give me a little time, yeah?
All right.
It's dangerous to do that. It has to be prepared properly.
Of course.
So I need a little time to do it. What is it you're trying to do here? You're back in the old game again?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to get you in trouble and tell you too much. But...
Is this for Dancer?
No, it's not. She's not involved in any way.
Could put something together in like 6 to 8 hours, maybe?
6 to 8 hours.
It's pricey. It's a lot of black powder.
How much is it? For an old friend.
150.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Okay. What if we also get, how much are the dynamite sticks?
Per stick, 5 gold.
Okay.
I have 5.
We'll take them all.
Okay. 25 gold. That put us at 100 gold, including the half-down price for the explosive to be picked up later tonight or tomorrow morning, whatever you prefer. If anybody asks any questions at all, I have no idea who you are. And if any sort of funny business goes on, I find where you are and I put one of these sticks of dynamite up your ass, and I'll let
thank you for everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna linger.
Okay.
Of course you are. Go for it. All right, Dusk, let's go outside.
I have a question for you, since you seem to be familiar in these types of things. Sometimes Fresh Cut seems like he's fritzing. Do you know what that could possibly be?
I mean, automatons are often, especially in this space, scavenged from multiple sources. Sometimes they get a little crossover. You know, imperfections. I don't know. I don't deal with them often. That was more Dancer's purview, you know.
Okay. Do you know, does he have like, I don't even know what these words mean together, but does he have like a control panel?
For that, you probably have to go to ask somebody at the end. That's where they do all the crawler work and automaton construction. Somebody there could probably help you. We got through 2 of the groups. The remaining group that had scattered to the 4 winds was you, Laudna, and Orem.
Just go put this on and meet me back here, and then I will go throw the smaller version of it on.
The child size.
Exactly. Your mom. Okay.
Oh, baby.
And you're gonna call me Nancy.
Georgie. Nancy. You don't look like a Nancy.
You say that.
Ready. Hold my hand. Do not look at this city. You cannot get more than 6 feet away from me.
And I lean
Are you
into
serious right now, Georgie?
Okay, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna do a big loop of the place, all right?
All right.
And then we're gonna try to find somewhere where we separately, but within range of each other, can communicate, okay?
I just don't know if I feel comfortable leaving my child alone.
When we get over there, I want to try to get a bead on the kinds of buildings that are surrounding the place. I don't want us to be in the open. I would love for us to get indoors if possible.
So around the actual fortress of the Seat of Disdain, there are the high walls that surround it. It looks at a simple glance like it's a rectangular shape, but there's actually like 5 edges of the wall. It's kind of more of a pentagonal wall that encloses the interior courtyard. It's meant to be separate enough where there isn't a building buttressed closely, so a person could either try and jump the wall, or it's to help any of the sentries keep a good watch of anything perimeter-wise. So it definitely stands alone.
I kind of feel like you should watch here at the front, because it's going to be, real obvious if they come out. And then I'll find a place maybe halfway around where I can at least see the back of the whole joint.
So you both perch into your corresponding areas of shadow, keeping an eye across the various pentagonal elements of the wall that you intentionally want to keep watch on. How long do you want to remain keeping an eye?
Meanwhile, I guess.
Sundown.
Yeah, at least until they.
Okay, so it's a number of hours. All right.
Unless we get word from somebody.
The hours go by. Thankfully, you've chosen areas of shade. And occasionally when somebody walks by, you can play off the beggar aspect or wander off for a moment before circling back around and taking your spot once more. But around the time that the sun begins to set and you're considering returning, you, Orem, glance up and watch as 3 figures eventually come to the roof. Glancing over, your incredibly acute eyes.
They're just so cute.
They're so adorable. Hone in on these 3 figures.
My son.
You haven't seen these 3 trek before, and as they head up there, 2 of them seem to be fairly well armored and are essentially flanking a 3rd figure. The 3rd one looks shorter than the others, a bit squatter, dwarven in stature it seems, and as you're watching, you see an orange glow begin to brighten the face as you notice that the figure in the center is lighting up some sort of a pipe. And as it kind of, the embers burn in that quick glance, as they begin to like puff on it slowly, and the red begins to frame the shape of it, you're pretty damn sure that's Armand Treshy.
Oh, shit. Gotcha, bitch.
And he's out there and he's nervously smoking, like rapidly going through his tobacco, and then
the fortress is a no smoking zone?
Yes, he's being very secretive about it. You get the sense being out in the open like this is he's smoking nervously. And then upon a few moments later, one of the armored figures kind of pats him on the shoulder. He nods, like hits the pipe on the edge of the watch cliff on the top of the fortress, tucks it away. The 3 of them enter the fortress and vanish from view.
Okay. Well, we'll just continue watching in silence.
The sun eventually sets. The stars begin to come out, with bits of broken clouds above.
Just send a message to Orem. Oh, Orem!
Yep.
If you could turn into any animal,
what would it be?
Sparrow. Sparrow, I guess.
who?
I know it's not the question you asked, but I saw Treshy.
What? Where? How? Did he leave?
Didn't leave. Smoke break on the roof. Maybe report to the others.
To that point, you guys have been waiting for a good part of the day. Yep. Other groups, was there other things you were hoping to accomplish during the day?
Yep. Yeah, we were debating going to look for a car, but...
I mean, where would we go to find a car?
Sanyan, I suppose.
Bring it back.
Where's that?
Sanyan Row. That's where the ends are. Yeah.
All right. Should I send a message to the group and see if they want to meet us?
Oh, yeah, you
at the
can
end?
do that. That's a really cool idea, actually. Yeah.
All right, I'll send a message to FCG. Hey, so we're going to the ends to find a car. Apparently there's some sort of race or something that we can be part of. I'm not sure what's going on here, but the ends.
All but the 2 sentries that are watching the exterior of the Seat of Disdain gather on the outskirts of the Sanyan Row. So as you arrive at this pocket neighborhood, this area is... It very much resembles a junkyard, more so than any other places. There are buildings, but there are all manner of old, ruined crawlers and crawler pieces everywhere. You glance around and you kind of remember vaguely conversation about Imahara Joe. And you know that there is there's a workshop around here where this Joe figure, you remember Dancer mentioning Joe? There was you almost recall like an odd competitive nature to it.
Oh.
Hey.
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 Productive day?
I think so.
We saw some weird ass shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
We learned some weird ass shit as well.
Yeah.
That's great.
Why are we here?
Oh,
Well, there's a possibility. I talked to some friends, and they had the idea that, honestly, since they assume that we're there to see them, we can probably just walk right into the Paragon's call, and if shit goes sideways, we can challenge them to an old-fashioned duel and maybe come out on top.
So we're here to...
This is how we duel.
I will cast Sending. If you can hear me! We're in the Ends! That's an area of Bosphorus! Ask around and you'll find it!
Fresh cut grass. You don't need to yell. It's in my head. Also, where's Imogen? Why isn't she messaging me? We saw Treshy.
We saw Treshy.
See you soon.
I'm still talking. Do I know that if Joe's is an automobile dealer or just an automaton dealer?
You know that Joe, and part of the jealousy that came between Dancer and Joe is Joe essentially became the go-to person for many of the crawler gangs for repairs and alterations to all their crawlers of all scales.
It seems like he's the place to go.
The floor itself is a hazard of bolts and jagged metal pieces and errant bits of material that look sharp and unkept. And in the center of it, there's a small open air warehouse and what looks to be 3 small buildings that are kind of buttressed against each other. Occasionally there's a flash, a sparking of light, like a that kind of flashes through the window that goes quiet for a second. And here in this space, you can see there are a few signs hanging that have kind of just eventually grown dark with soot and smoke. But at a quick glance, you can see one of them says Imahara Joe's.
I mean, I don't know this fella at all, so maybe Fearne, you take the lead, or someone else. I mean, I don't.
I don't know him either, but sure.
No, don't stop.
There's a pause. That flashing again from the inside.
Man.
Yeah, what do you suggest?
It stops. You hear.
Wow.
And the door itself is a heavy iron door, and like from a distance, it looks like a fun little ramshackle place. But this close, this whole place is armored and heavily fortified with all sorts of scrap metals. And this door itself is probably a good solid, 3-4 inches thick, and like a vault that opens up, and then kind of a head craning around the corner. You see, there used to be a gentleman in his 40s. Kind of lightly tanned skin, jet black hair with a shock of gray that's kind of appearing at the edges of the temples, a little bit of like soot smeared under the eyes, and a heavy set of goggles that are pushed up on the top of the head. You can see kind of the grease and the sweat that's formed on the cheeks, and a little bit of just very, very faint chin scruff that's just peeking through in like a light grayish white coloration. He looks behind.
Honestly, if I had known it was going to be that much work, I wouldn't have been so insistent. Yeah, I was high.
We would like to purchase your finest automobile.
Crawlers. We're we're looking for crawlers, and we heard you're one of the people to talk to about crawlers or modifications thereof.
Crawlers. Yeah. How soon?
Well,
imminently.
I think that's the word.
Yes.
Can we come in and talk for a second?
Gives you a close look up and down.
Slowly back off.
As you back away, as you back away, you now notice what didn't catch your attention when you approached, but sitting right above the door, there is a massive, looks like a cylindrical tube, almost like a barrel made of metal that sits downward, and within it, it looks to be close to 9 or 10 of those strange rifle-like devices that you've seen a few of the crawlers kept together that are bolted on the inside at different lengths, some shorter, some longer. It looks almost like a series of massive keys that kind of have a jagged exterior. And as you turn, you watch as it kind of shifts and tracks your movement.
Oh, shit.
And you see the arm off to the side as this figure is apparently controlling it. We can talk.
Okay. Cool.
Who are you with?
Can I,
What's your affiliation?
None. For right now.
Free agent.
Interesting.
We're new in town.
I can tell that. Goes and you see him pull something down behind the door, and that large cylinder kind of comes to rest.
Oh, that's nice.
No longer towards you.
That's really nice.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I have most of a couple.
Okay, basic.
So, I can finish them. Here, come in. I'm Imahara Joe. Welcome to my workshop here in Bassaris, and you might be.
We're Bell's Hells. We're a group that's been traveling around
Immediately darts up right to you and goes what the heck in blazes of Exandria?
I don't know. All right, I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay, FCG. I think he's just inquisitive. I
Sure.
know a lot.
But everyone's looking at me.
You're so special. That's why
Yeah. Why? All right. Yeah. I'm weird. Hi.
No, you're not weird. Here's something else. His sentience is interesting. Sorry, that's disrespectful to me. My apologies. We'll talk in a moment. I'm very curious to talk in a moment. Before we get to that, looking to just cruise around the Hellcatch? What's the
death race?
I'm sorry. Are you're taking these to the Death Wish run?
Well, there's a possibility that in the next couple days we're going to really, really piss off somebody in the Paragon's call. And we're just trying to get a little insurance going if things go south.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to lie. To get, you should need one? Need two?
I mean, how many people can ride in one?
Two.
How expensive and how long do they take to make?
Baseline without additions, a little over 1,000 gold per crawler. Mm-hmm. Then upgrades from there can ramp up depending on provided materials or, what are constructed internally. Depending on you want carbine weapons, you want mounted weaponry. There are all manner of chain-based, harpoon or grappling elements there. There's a whole spread.
What do you need for one of these runs? Is it just speed only, or do you need firepower?
Oh, okay. So the run runs through the skids. It's through dense neighborhoods, rapid turns. It's extremely dangerous for both riders and onlookers. They crowd anyway. Part of the run is not just the race, but preparation for it. Meaning, people before the race set surprises.
Yes.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
So the only rule is don't die. I'm saying this with absolute care and respect as I can. You don't look like the normal people that make it out of a Death Wish run. So I've seen a lot of bright faces come through here for a loner, and that's the last time I saw them. These would be the two. They're most of the way there. It's been a project for the past few weeks. With a bit of a rush, I could probably get them done in the next day or two.
We're gonna pool our resources and make one fucking unkillable skirmisher.
You could put me up as collateral for the second one.
No.
No. Says that I'm worth a lot. This fella seems to think I'm very interesting.
No.
As collateral, when you win, you get me back.
Appreciate the offer, and believe me, there's a part of me that is genuinely interested and curious, but based on your level of sentience and the primary historical connections that probably entails, I don't think I can ethically take you as a collateral piece of ownership.
Let's start to get one up and going. We'll check in tomorrow and let them know that we're still just taking care of a few things, but that we're actually going to have our meeting and set it up.
I think
Take
this
care
is
of
a
you
great
two,
plan.
and then we'll let shit hit the fan and we'll try and get out of town with our guy.
Well, I can get started on this one. If you manage to piss off a faction or get involved with somebody, you can always come back with an emblem for maybe another loner, and we could take it from there.
I think that's
Excellent. Pay the man.
All right.
Do you happen to know anybody named Birdie and Ollie? Oleander?
Yeah. I was going to ask. You kind of remind me of one of them.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Birdie?
Yeah.
Well, how do you know them?
They come in here every few months or so for supplies. Often people come in here looking for, automatons and various other constructs of that nature. They just come in for power sources.
Power sources?
Yeah, like these here. And like the different like blue crackling elements there.
What?
And then occasionally the scrap and general materials, yeah.
They tell you what they're building?
No. I don't ask. I just sell them.
Are these similar to those orbs that the nightmare came?
Very similar coloration.
Okay. So oh wow, so power source. What exactly are those?
There's. So I don't make them, but I import them and utilize them to both run a number of the automatons and Arcana-based constructs that I work on. They are, sourced from all over Exandria, but they are themselves essentially arcane batteries. They draw from local ley lines, and they deliver enough arcane energy to basically power low-level enchantments for locomotion, transmutation, abjuration, all manner of things beyond, generally destructive magic.
How often do they come? Have they been customers?
How long?
How long?
Oh, wow. Couple years, maybe?
Years.
Not often. Every few months, they'll stop on by and pick up whatever I can spare, really.
Just the two of them?
Yeah, just the two of them.
How old do they look when they come in?
It's kind of hard to tell. You got, someone of elven lineage and someone of, yours.
Do you say Elven? One of them is Elven?
Yeah, some sort of elven lineage to it.
Right, that makes sense.
It does?
So, okay. Do you know when they're coming back again in here?
I don't know. They usually just kind of wander in and show up when they do.
Well, if you happen to see them very soon, would you tell them to? I'm sure they're already planning on it, but stick around because
their daughter's looking for them.
You're their daughter. See, I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't want to assume.
Maybe if anybody else asks about them, maybe keep it on the down low, right?
Yeah, probably. Mum's the word.
Thank you so much for your service.
Do you... Did you used to run with someone named Dancer?
I did, yes.
I knew it! I knew I'd seen you before. Oh.
Why, do you know her? Have you seen her?
We had kind of like a... I've always thought she was, friendly, talented, but she never really took a shine to friendship with me. So we kind of had it's kind of like a playful rivalry, if anything. Very talented artificer. And I remember you because when you came through on that trade caravan, I wanted to pick you up originally, but I was down with a large investment at the time, and by the time I tried to come back to pick you up, Dancer already nabbed you.
I didn't come in a trade caravan. She built me.
No, because I almost bought you myself, but
Did I look like this?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't mind, like you're like a grade A scavenged automaton. Like the quality of fine here. This is like pre-divergent stuff here. This is obviously. I thought it was originally like an Avalier design, but this is like this. The sentience already tells me this is like straight up Aormaton. You are a relic, and if Dancer still considers you under purview, you don't even know how much you're worth. Not just from a research standpoint, but just monetarily. But
what is that?
What is
does
an
that mean?
Aormaton?
What is divergence?
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a long conversation. You're a relic of history. Like even just like the designs here, the power grooves here, the overall design, your speech, your sentience. This was.
It was assigned to me by Dancer. She built me out of spare parts.
Okay.
Is that what she told you?
There are some in recent years that have been coming online, if you will.
Some others?
Other automatons like you, scavenged out of ruins and found in long hidden chambers and vaults of history of Exandria that have kind of been reawoken.
Letters is different than anything else we've seen in this city, or really.
Oh yeah,
anything
no.
I've seen anywhere. You're saying that Letters is from that long ago?
I mean, I have no confirmation, but from the reading and studying I've done, this.
Why don't I remember anything?
I mean.
Do you think that, is there a way like to restart him? Like maybe Dancer erased something?
I could look into it, but that would be an extensive bit of research. See, understand what the reason I'm going to the Aormaton is that there were automatons of incredible designs in ancient times, like all spectrums of builds and capabilities. Part of what I do is just trying to rediscover and essentially iterate on the scraps of that time best I can. The folks of Aor managed to bring sentience to their automatons. And eventually they fought for their freedom. And then these Aormatons became citizens. And they were the only source of folks like you before it fell. And for a long time, most folks thought that they were gone, that you were gone. Past 5 or so years, though, there's been whispers, rumors that some have been showing up, waking up.
So there's more people like you.
Why the past 5 years?
I don't know.
In the past 5 years, they've been waking up?
From what I've heard. The first I heard about it was about 5 years ago, yeah. So anyway, all that to say, it's genuinely really special to see you again. And if you ever have the inclination to let me carefully and consensually inspect your capabilities, I would be very interested.
If we make it through this, maybe we could spend some time doing that.
That would be fantastic. I mean, goodness, could you imagine if we could discover what the great artificers of Aor were able to uncover, to create life like you once more? That would be.
I just want to know who I am.
I just want to know who you were too.
All right. Well, smiley day. I guess we go.
I guess I'll be seeing you all tomorrow afternoon.
Are you all right?
Are you all right?
I don't know. I don't
Do you
know.
want to try and find Dancer?
Yes, but I mean, maybe not this instant.
Yeah, let's.
Plus, she was lying.
She was not, yeah.
Well, hold on. Well, I mean, she didn't lie. She just probably told me what she knew.
That she built
That
you.
she built you?
Well, okay, easy.
And, she's not dead.
I mean, a lot of things are not adding up.
Pretty much all of your
day.
existence is a lie.
Slowly
Well,
through,
all
slowly.
right. Let's
Hey,
not
now.
give them a crisis
Sister's
right
not
now.
wrong.
What if Joe digs in and finds out that I was something else, someone else?
A murder robot?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or I don't know. I don't even know where I have these powers from. What if I was created by some mad person or some evil
You are
archmage?
so much more than your programming or the person who made you.
I mean, it feels really great to know something, but I guess I just don't know what it means yet.
I want to understand level of context for us. They threw out words like Aor, Avalier. How commonly known are those things?
You do know of the names. You know of the names Avalier, Aor, along with Zemnis, like other of the great cities of the Age of Arcana, or Age of Arcanum.
But this is like to us knowing like Constantinople.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Hazy on the details.
Yeah, you don't know much beyond a passing bit of historical information that may have crossed your studies or just your own casual reading time as a child or as a teenager.
What are we doing?
I don't know anymore.
What it's like to process.
We were supposed to stake out a fortress, and now
We did that.
we're an ancient
Dancer!
race.
She could be here.
We're going back to somewhere, get some food, sleep it off.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's late. How about a beer and some copper pieces to take the edge off? Fearne, why are your parents getting weird batteries?
Is your dad the Nightmare King?
No, but he did know you. He said you smelled familiar, which means he knows at least
Maybe he's met them or something.
Maybe he's met them, or he knows your grandmother.
And did you ever know that they would go and split off and do their own thing? Like, would they ever disappear?
Parents.
No.
And they've been coming to him for 2 years now. When?
Yeah,
I
so
thought you
then-
just
I thought
left
that you
them.
were
I
with
thought
them.
I did too.
These arcane batteries, is that a thing at the Sealy Court or with people you know from home?
I've never seen anything like that before at home, and
Seems like maybe our parents weren't quite as forthcoming about
Oh,
everything.
she said it.
Said it out loud. We were all thinking it.
well, I think for sure, but I think there was definitely a reason for it. You know, a very good reason as to why. I mean, I have a postcard from Aor from my parents, so that's a little weird.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Aor?
Yeah, all the postcards that I got. I told you guys this.
What? Aor?
From Aor?
I have so many. I have hundreds of postcards.
What does that
Aor
mean?
is
Aor was ancient.
You ever had a post office?
Are your parents?
They might have been gone
thousands of
2
years
years or 90 or...
They just
thousands.
they've been
Sometimes
doing
you get too much
something
information at once.
apparently extremely important.
Oh man.
So
Wait, and
I
you
don't
said
know.
that they left because they were trying to save the world.
yes, so they left. A little bit is fuzzy because I was very young, and my grandmother was there, and they left me because they had to go do something. And then my grandma always told me that they just had to. It was just very important, and I couldn't know. But I got postcards this whole time. I mean, you guys can see they went everywhere.
Boy, at some point, Orm stares into the camera like Jim from The Office.
What you can tell from the postcards looking at them is they are all handmade. Meaning there isn't sort of like
A gift shop.
like a gift shop or a printer set. Like all of them are meticulously done by hand with painting, like hand painted elements of different locations across Exandria and a note on them.
Like a little painting of the location so you can see what it looked like. Well, okay. The city of Aor, does it look like ruins or does it look like a city that they painted?
It looks like a city.
I will cast Identify on it.
Okay. They're not magical. Identify definitely, it focuses more on the magical aspects of things. I will say as part of what you are, you gather these are handmade and hand painted, and all by the same handwriting.
You guys, come on. There's something in the postcards. To their daughter.
Maybe tonight when we rest,
Yes.
someone can just take a couple minutes to just kind of look at them and see if there's any patterns.
I love puzzles.
Oh.
I was
Great.
alone a lot. And so, little brain teaser.
Sure.
With that in mind, you follow Ashton's lead towards the undercarriage for another night's rest, as your minds swim with the revelations of the day. And we'll pick up from there next week.
That's an awful lot of lore.